Hello and welcome back to your favourite game show. That's right, Who's That Snake? I'm your host Tom, and today we have 4 massive snakes to showcase, and at the end you get to decide which one is the biggest. First up is Lorenzo Parola. Now, he was on loan at Grasshoppers from Inter Milan, and his contract expired in January, so we put in another bid to loan him back. But of course, what does he do? He snakes us completely and signed a contract with a new club, and not just any club, they signed for the team bottom of Serie B. Next up is the French tycoon that is going to be buying Grasshoppers, or so we thought. In the end, he cooled off his interest, then got interested again, but then cooled off again to the point where it was all called off, and we aren't going to have £48 million to spend in January. What a shame that is, but what a snake he is. Third on the list is Nikola Sugachev, who rejected a contract offer from us and decided instead to sign for Lucerne because they're paying him double what he wanted at our club. You hate to see it, but it's a big snake from a big man. He's 6'5". That's a long snake. And finally on our list, snakes don't hiss. They demand 13k per week. The club can't afford it, and he decided to go and sign for Angers SCO instead. You hate to see it. What a snake. Crucially though, did I mention, he's also the club captain. Disgusting behaviour. So now it's up to you to vote for the biggest snake, and they will go head to head with our reigning champion, Oliver Buff. Get voting. Hello and welcome back to Hop to the Top, and quite frankly, I can't believe it either. I didn't think there could be a bigger snake than Oliver Buff, but now we've got 4 candidates as to be a bigger snake than Oliver Buff. If you missed the little poll that came up in the intro, on top of the screen right now, if you go up there, press the I button and then you can vote in the poll as to who you think is the biggest snake. So obviously there's quite a few things to talk about, really. We've got the Servette game coming up for you later on, but before that, just snakes everywhere. So first things first, let's go through the fixtures that have happened since you were last here for the 2-0 loss to Genk. We played obviously St Gallen off camera, but then we smashed Young Boys 5-1 in the league away from home as well. Beat Krivet 3-1 to qualify from our group. We weren't sure if we were going to be first or second yet, but we'll find out if we were first or second later on. We had Luzerne in the league straight after that. A 1-0 win against Luzerne was fantastic, kept our league winning run going. We then beat Sion away from home as well 3-0, so that was also fantastic. I should say as well, in the Luzerne game, Alex Smith scored, and in the Sion game, Ilic and Elhaj Colley got the brace. What's happened to the fixture list as well? This isn't what it usually looks like. Why does it always change? I don't like this. There we go, that's more better. We can see who scored now, and we can see the formation we used as well. Following the Sion game, we had the final group stage game against Sheriff, and we won 3-1, which confirms that we do top our group. It means we go into the second knockout round of the European Conference League, which is very good, so we'll talk about that one later on. And then just before the winter break as well, we took on Lugano and won 2-0 with Yuan and Pusic getting the goals in that game. We then played a couple games in the winter break. I didn't manage a team in that one, obviously. My assistant does all the friendlies and stuff for me, but we won most of those, which is all good. And then we came back and we smashed Luzerne 4-2 with Alex Smith, Colley with a brace, and Augusto getting themselves on the score sheet to make sure that we stay top of the Super League table. So as you can see, top of the league by a good 4 points ahead of Young Boys, which is fantastic. We're widening that gap as well to third place Basel, 10 points ahead of them now, and 17 points ahead of Lugano in fourth. We've got to be top 3 again this season. We are doing phenomenally well. If we fall out of the top 3, something's gone seriously wrong. As mentioned as well, we topped our group in the Europa Conference League, so we're going to be away from the Conference League for a little while because we go into the second qualifying round, whereas Genk have probably got to play someone else. They've got to play Slovan Liberec in the first knockout round. Were they in the Europa League then or something like that? I think that's how it works. They drop out of the Europa League into the Conference League and have to play the team that came second. So that's kind of how that works. And then the winners obviously go and face the group winners from the Europa Conference League. It's a little bit complicated. As you can see, there are a few decent sides in there. Obviously, teams like Ajax have dropped down, Seville have dropped down, Galatasaray have dropped down. So there are a few decent sides in the European Conference League. We shouldn't really be beating teams like Ajax or Seville or Frankfurt, but actually Ajax and Seville playing each other. So one of them actually was in the Conference League to start off. I think it was Seville, thinking about it now. So a big team is going to get knocked out there. But I do think we have a really big prospect of winning the Europa Conference League. I think we do have a great chance of it. Collie as well, doing really well. 10 goals in the league now, but 18 overall in all competitions, coming from 16 starts. I mean, he's made 11 substitute appearances, which is quite a bit as well, but 16 starts, 18 goals. It's pretty good, to be fair. When you add up the minutes as well from the substitute appearances he's made, it probably only equates to like 20 starts. So he scores almost a goal a game when he actually plays a full 90. So Collie is quickly becoming one of my favourite players. On the flip side, we've got a few snakes, haven't we? Now, the news articles about the takeover from that tycoon are gone, but he has decided not to invest the money into the club, which is a massive shame. It did say at the time he might invest again, he might come back and invest again. Don't write that off, but we've not seen anything for a few months now, so I don't think we're going to have a financial takeover anytime soon. And so, whilst it is a bit snaky, he promises £48 million to spend, and he's not given us that money. It's probably not the biggest snaky move. Nikola Sukachev. I can't even look at you in the eyes anymore. I can't look at you in the eyes. We offered him a new contract, all right? We offered him a new contract. He wanted big money. He wanted about 5k per week. We're like, no, you can't have 5k per week. We brought it down. We eventually agreed around the 3k mark, something like that. That seemed reasonable to me. Little did I know, though, he had his eyes elsewhere. Luzerne came in, and I've offered him £5,000 a week, and he's taken the money and run. You know, and for a player that's integral to how we play at the moment, I mean, he's got a 7.06 average rating so far this season, 9 goals in all competitions, 7 assists in all competitions. He's been brilliant for us, played here his entire career, and he just snakes us like that. He snakes us like that. You hate to see it. Now, I'm not sure if Parola is a bit more snaky. I don't know. Now, obviously, his loan deal ended in January, but I was under the assumption that we'd be able to just get him back on loan again. No. Instead, he decides not to come back to the club and decides to join the team who are bottom of Serie B and are looking likely to get relegated. So he's gone from the champions of the Swiss League to essentially next season a third tier side in Italy. What is he thinking? What is he thinking? I feel like there must be something going on in the background there, like his agent's pulling the strings there or something like that. That's almost beyond snaky, I think. I feel like there's something foul play there going on. But the one I just can't quite get over, the one I can't get over is Bajrami. He's the club captain, all right? The club captain. He's a player that I put a lot of faith in. I said to you, like, it's a coup. Last season, I said it's a coup that we've still got him. He's the biggest player last season. I said that, and I meant it. Everyone loved him. Everyone loved him. You know, all the scouts loved him. You know, all the players loved him. He fits in with the dressing room well. He trains really well. He's in a rich vein of form. He's naturally fit. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. He is quite fit, to be fair. They mean natural fitness. I mean, natural fitness of 15 is pretty good as well. You know, he's got everything. He had the whole world at his feet here at Grasshoppers. But no. He's already one of the highest earners on 3.4k per week. Now, obviously, that's not one of the highest earners in the league, but for the club, that's a lot of money to spend on a player. And yet we go to offer him a contract and he wanted ridiculous amounts of money, all right? We couldn't offer him that right now. So obviously the talks broke down and we thought we'll go again in later on. We'll work something out with Bajrami because we want to keep him at the club. But no, he decides he wants new pastures. And he snakes the club and is leaving on a free to Angers SCO. You hate to see it. So after an illustrious career at Grasshoppers, obviously went on loan to Empoli. That was before I was at the club. He was on loan in Empoli, had a buy-on clause there. They said no, and he came back to the club, played well, did his part, served well, and yet here we are, leaving the club. Snakes don't hiss. They want money and they go to Angers SCO. It's not all doom and gloom though, because we have signed some replacements instead, alright? And we don't have to think about those players ever playing for us ever again, alright? I don't want them in the squad. They're bringing the energy down. That's what we're thinking. So we've made 2 transfers, and we'll show them now. There is one player leaving the club, Enrico Berglas. He's a young regen player. He's not in the region, actually. He's just a young player that was never going to play for us. So Sion offered him a contract, and he's gone for nearly 300k. But add-ons make it up to $1 million, which is pretty good. If we can get £1 million out of that player, who's only 2-star current ability, that is... well, that's perfect, isn't it? The 2 players coming in, well, we've raided Benfica again. So the point now, we've got 6 players in on loan from Benfica, which is probably 6 too many, really, but we've got them now. First up is Thomas Arujo. He is a centre-back. So he's coming in to place Parola, which is fine. Not the best defender around, but it was what was available to us at the time as the Parola let us down. Actually, I think he's a better player than Parola, so we've strengthened ourselves there, which is good. The other player coming in is Thiago Gavia. He's literally come in yesterday. He came on the 1st of February, today's the 2nd of February, but he is a winger on that left-hand side to replace Sukachev, essentially, for the rest of the season. If Sukachev, that snake, doesn't want to play for us, then that's fine. We'll bring someone else in who's actually better in all areas, so hopefully we'll see some massive gains from this guy. He plays also as an inverted winger, which we've not used before, but we're going to use it now because that's what he likes to do. So we'll see how he does, but hopefully he's going to score plenty of goals, get loads of assists, and be better than Sukachev. In terms of Bajrami, we've not signed a direct replacement for him, but he's also not going to play for the club again. I've decided that neither Sukachev or Bajrami, for snaking me like that, no matter how good they are, they're not playing again, all right? They're going to rot, and yeah, that's what they're going to do. What it means is we've technically got one less central midfielder, but I'm thinking about changing things to fit Schneider into the squad because he's been training apparently as a centre midfielder to the point where actually he's very capable as a centre midfielder, as an advanced playmaker. Now, we don't use an advanced playmaker in the midfield, we use it as Alex Smith. But what I'm tempted to do is maybe change our box-to-box midfielder to an advanced playmaker, make Alex Smith just an attacking midfielder, and that means Schneider gets into the squad. According to the reports, now the best centre midfielder in the squad, which is very strange. So maybe we need to find a way to fit him and Ilic both into the squad, and then Alex Smith in that attacking midfield position. That's maybe what we do, but we're not going to do that quite just yet. Anyway, I've been rambling on for far too long. We've got a game to play, but I was angry, all right? I was angry, and I had to tell you about it and sort of talk to you about a few things. So hopefully you understand my anger and frustrations, and it's forwarded the story a bit, hasn't it? That is a big plot twist in this save. Anyway, Fruchtel stays in goal with a backline of Boone, who's actually just won the Swiss Young Player of the Year award, or the Swiss Super League Young Player of the Year award. So congratulations to Jordan Boone for that one. He's also won Talent of the Year for Swiss Super League. So fantastic stuff. Well done. That's the apparently official title. He's partnered in that backline with Augusto, new signing Araujo and Matos at right back as well. Ilic and Palmeiro in the midfield with the new signing Guevara, Alex Smith and Sacramento, which I have spelt wrong. You told me in the comment section I've spelt that wrong, but we're sticking with it now. You know, that's it now. It's just Sacramento with an E, so there we go. And of course, leading the line with his 18 goals this season is Collie. So good luck to you. Hopefully you score more goals. So kickoff is upon us here today. Hopefully we get the big win in a very frosty pitch. That is, looks like a frozen pitch, if anything. Hopefully the staff have confirm that's safe to play on, because I don't want any broken arms from landing on an icy pitch. It's very difficult to see actually as well our player names on this. So Matos coming forward, looking to put a cross into the area to open the scoring into Sacramento, who can come forward unchallenged, unopposed, gets his 11th goal of the season. He's really come into his own as the season's come on. Wasn't massively keen at the start of the season on him, but he has really massively improved to the point where I think he is probably the second best player in the squad behind Collie, I would say, and maybe Alex Smith as well, but definitely Collie. He's the informed man at the moment, Collie. He's the first name on the team sheet, but Sacramento probably the second name on the team sheet as well. As we've got another chance as Ilic loses the ball in the end, unfortunately. Servet looking to come forward and form a bit of a counter-attack. Then number 9 comes forward, still coming forward on the ball, dodging the tackles. Gets tackled in the end, though, and Araujo gets up towards Alex Smith, up towards Collie, who can take all the defence on himself, gets out to Ilic. Thiago coming forward on the ball. Can he put the ball into the middle, into Ilic, who puts it just wide? This is what I want to see. I want to see a big response today after the shocking news that Sukachev left or is leaving, that Bajrami is leaving, and Parola has just gone AWOL completely. I just don't understand Parola. Matos has picked up a knock and his condition is actually going down, so we're going to take Matos off to protect him and bring Biancone on the pitch instead. As we approach half-time, another highlight going in our favour as Collie hits the post from a shot there. Very unfortunate, but we have another highlight resulting from the clearance going out for a throw-in as Biancone looks to put the ball in the middle out to Palmeiro instead. Alex Smith get it central with players waiting on the edge of the area. The moment's gone now. Alex Smith into Collie. Somehow that got through to Collie, and Collie again proving why he is such an effective striker, getting in those right positions, making the right runs. I wasn't expecting him to be a good striker. I thought everything was going to go through Yuan this season, but Collie has just been superb, really. And when he doesn't score, we take him off and we bring Yuan on, but Collie always finds a way to score some goals. So at half-time, 14 shots to 2 shots only means a 1-0 lead at the moment, which is a little bit worrying. I'd like a bigger lead than that one, because obviously 1 goal for them, that changes everything. We only get a point, which is a bit frustrating, but hopefully we come into our own in the second half, score a couple more goals, and comfortably take home the 3 points. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen with the players on the pitch right now, because no one's really pulling their weight, I don't think. The attacking players don't have great ratings right now. Biancone has played well since coming on, wins the ball out to Sacramento, who's coming forward on the ball into Ilic. Ilic shoots from distance, cleared over the bar though, resulting in a corner. Is this going to be on the highlights? It is. Thiago puts it into the middle, cleared and still cleared, so unfortunately nothing coming from that. We're going to make some changes. Collie, as much as I've been talking him up, is only on a 6.4 rating, so Yuan is going to come on for him. And then also, I think Alex Smith will come off the pitch for Schneider. So 20 minutes to go in today's game. We're going to say demand more out there. I want to get another goal out there just to confirm the victory. I mean, Servet only had 3 shots, but it only takes 1 shot to score a goal. And we need to get a few more goals to secure the win, as Palmeiras puts it into the middle, cleared only as far as Schneider, back to Ilic on the edge of the area, out to Boone. Boone can't put the cross in, and here comes the counter-attack from Servet now, although they've just given the ball away. We've given the ball away cheaply. They're still coming forward on the counter-attack. Then number 41's through, but Fruchtel makes the all-important save there. Lads, come on, group together, don't let them score a goal. We need to get another one. I mean, we've been very ineffective with our shooting today, I've got to say. If we can't score more than 1 goal from 24 shots, that is worrying. And in the 92nd minute, Servet coming forward again. Augusto gets that cleared. What's the highlight for then? Oh, it's going to VAR. Come on, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. It was a perfectly good tackle. The ball's gone out for a throw, and he obviously got the ball because the ball changes direction. So he got the ball. What is the referee on about going to VAR about this? And no penalty. Thank you, referee. You've saved us there with 2 minutes to go. Focus, boys. Don't concede a goal now, please. As the throw-in comes in, it's into the middle. Cleared, though, by Boone in the end. Fantastic snuff. Brilliant. The highlight continues, though, which I'm not a big fan of. Not a big fan of at all. Please, just sort it out, lads. Just get rid of this ball. Score a goal even, that'd be quite nice. As Ilic coming forward, ball up to Yuan is good. Yuan, grab a goal, you'll start the next game. He scores the goal at the very end of the game, his 12th of the season, which is fantastic, and he will start the next game. Obviously, we're not going to do the next game on camera, but I'm going to start him next game after that goal. Brilliant stuff underneath the keeper at the near post. His 12th of the season. I mean, to be fair, we've got 2 strikers combined have got 30 goals this season. That is what we wanted last season. We didn't have it. This season, though, we do, and that is why we are currently top of the table by 7 points. Young boys still to play, playing against someone, so I don't know who they're playing, but they'll probably win their game to drop it back down to 4 points, but we're in a fantastic position over halfway through the season now. So Matos, luckily we took him off early on, only out for 1 to 2 days, so should be fine for the next few games anyway. Ilic is on form, which is good to see as well, because he's obviously our permanent signing, so that's good. And the Portugal boss is looking at Matos and Thiago. Now that's interesting. Now next episode is going to come round pretty quickly because Regen Day is not far off. It comes around the start of March, doesn't it? So I think actually we go for Luzerne and the second knockout round game, the first leg. Also youth intake in there as well. So that's going to be pretty exciting, I reckon. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you realise how many snakes we've got in the squad. Who's going to be next? That's what worries me. Who's the next snake that's going to come out? We've had 5 of them now, technically. I mean, that investor was never actually at the club in the first place, so technically he's not a snake that was at Grasshoppers. He's just an external snake. 4 internal snakes, though. I'm scared about who's going to be next. Either way, if you enjoyed today's video, please do drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I'll see you tomorrow for some big youth intake. Hopefully, plenty of Wonder Kids. But until then, have a good one. Goodbye.